The Jacksonville Jaguars are currently tied for the best record in the NFL at 4-1 under new head coach Liam Cohen. And while Cohen is an offensive guy, it actually has been the Jags defense that has taken the biggest leap so far in 2025. And that unit is led by middle linebacker Devin Lloyd, who's having a breakout season that is definitely worthy of early Defensive Player of the Year considerations. Lloyd was on the verge of being labeled a bust as a first-round pick. He's always been extremely athletic for a linebacker coming out of Utah, but he often found himself out of position in the run game and lost in pass coverage in years past. Through the first 5 weeks of the 2025 season, however, he's showcased elite versatility playing all over the field with 180 snaps in the box at linebacker, 21 snaps as a slot corner, and another 32 on the defensive line. Lloyd has flown all around the field this year, racking up 25 total tackles, 1 fumble recovery, 5 QB hurries, 3 QB hits, 4 passes defended, and most impressively, 4 interceptions in just the first 5 games of the season, including a statement 99-yard pick six off of Patrick Mahomes on Monday Night Football, which was the longest defensive touchdown in Jags franchise history. Let's dive into his All-22 film and see exactly how Devin Lloyd's game has transformed and how he is anchoring the second-ranked defense in the NFL in EPA per play. This season, Lloyd has been very sound in the run game, and particularly he uses his speed and power very well at the point of attack to be great in run fits and be able to stack and shed blockers to be able to make plays on the defensive side of the ball. Here we're looking back at their Week 1 matchup against Carolina, and this is going to be a pretty simple trap play concept where you have the backside tight end here looking to come over and kick out the D end, which is Josh Hines-Allen. 84 is going to avoid him and look to climb and seal Devin Lloyd, and you're going to get this double team here for Chuba Hubbard to attempt to run behind. But this is played really well by Jacksonville and Devin Lloyd. So I'm going to let this run here. I'm going to give it a quick pause, and as you can see, Chuba is going to look to bounce his backside, but Josh Hines-Allen does a great job of being physical with a puller, not allowing him to get dug out of the hole. Devin Lloyd keeps his leverage here on the inside, doesn't allow himself to get sealed off. Chuba is going to look to come back to that side, and it's already too late. Lloyd is stacked and shed. Josh Hines-Allen is fighting through the trap block here, and they're going to be able to minimize this for just a 2-yard gain there on 1st and 10, keeping Carolina behind the sticks. And again, the goal for any efficient defense is going to be able to maintain winning the chain battle, keeping them in 2nd and long, 3rd and long situations where you can let your pass rushers pin their ears back. So a great job here by Devin Lloyd and the Jags defense. This next play is another great example of Devin Lloyd utilizing his uber athletic and speed that he possesses to continue to make plays for the defense. So Kyle Shanahan's system here against the 49ers, this is in week 4. Heavy zone run offense game. This is going to be an outside zone type of run, so you're going to see very similar paths for a lot of their offensive linemen. And this is typically after this motion, you're going to get both of these backers bumped. You're probably going to, the goal is to get these two on a double team up backside to Devin Lloyd. And he's actually going to backdoor this block, which is very risky to do and kind of can create a running lane. But when you possess the type of speed that he has, you can get away with it. He doesn't get credited with the tackle here. His number 2 comes up and makes a great play as well on the front side. But as I let this run, you'll see he gets the bump. You're going to see that double team here. Ideally, these two are working up to Devin Lloyd. And again, he's going to slip behind it and still find a way to get in behind that double team block. Again, number 2 makes a great play here on the front side. But had he not, Devin Lloyd would have been there for the tackle. And again, I'm going to run it one more time. But it's just very special to have this type of speed as a linebacker to be able to make that play on the backside of outside zone. And again, from the same game, here is another example of the violent run fits that I was talking about. Here we're going to get kind of a wide zone toss action. The tight end is going to come over across here in motion, and then you're going to get a smaller motion here from Juszczyk out of the backfield. It's going to be essentially the same exact thing. A lot of elephants on parade. Sometimes it's referred to as all of the linemen kind of working this zone blocking scheme in one direction, hoping to create a cutback lane for one of the best running backs in the NFL right now, Christian McCaffrey, to find a cutback. Now, Devin Lloyd, again, does a phenomenal job of, kind of bumping out with the motion. And you're going to see here at the point of attack, keeps his leverage and is violent and physical, pushes 64 down onto the ground. There's not a great cutback lane. Now, if 64 had a chance to make that block, you could, try to find some crease for McCaffrey to hit. But Devin Lloyd is single-handedly blowing this play up. You've got this front side pressure, which forces McCaffrey to put his foot in the ground. And Devin Lloyd stays with it, comes in, and makes a tackle. Just a 1-yard gain again on 1st and 10, leaving them in 2nd and long, and then again, hopefully setting them up for a 3rd and long scenario where the Jags defensive pass rushers can get after it. The last run game clip I want to show, again, coming from this same win over the 49ers, you're going to have a shotgun toss here to Christian McCaffrey. And Lloyd, just a lot of speed. Tough for the tight ends to be able to get out and reach block here. He already kind of has the leverage, outside leverage here on Christian McCaffrey, but he does a great job of immediately getting downhill. Overruns it a bit and still is able to course correct, get back inside, makes the play there on Christian McCaffrey. I believe this was also a 3rd and 3, so gets them down to 4th down, holds them to a field goal here in a 2-possession game, and keeps it at a 2-possession game. So very, very critical moment in the game there for San Francisco. So I'll let that run again. You're going to see that toss action. He just does a phenomenal job getting downhill. Number 0 there, Devin Lloyd. So continuing to showcase the speed, the instincts, and the versatility that he brings to the run game for the Jaguars. And as I mentioned earlier, Lloyd has been a critical part of the Jaguars' pass rush so far this season. He's racked up a number of quarterback pressures and quarterback hits. Here we're looking at a clip from, again, that Bengals game, and we're going to have a simple slide protection. We're going to have the center, guard, and tackle here accounting for these 3 players. One-on-one here, one-on-one here, and it's probably a duel with Chase Brown to this backer or anyone who would come on the outside. Now, Devin Lloyd is going to come from depth here, and you're just going to see Chase Brown wasn't really ready for the Thunder, to be honest. And as I let this run, Lloyd is going to be coming from depth, wins the rep on Chase Brown, flushes Burrow out of the pocket, just doesn't give him time to set his feet, and it's an errant ball setting up 3rd and goal. So the ability, again, to create pressure from depth has been critical this season for Devin Lloyd at finding those QB pressures. Doesn't have a registered sack on the year, and I've gone through all of the tape. You can make some arguments that he might be due for some, but definitely finding pressure on the quarterback nonetheless. Now moving to this Week 3 game against the Texans, here you're going to have another example of him finding pressure from depth. It's going to be a play action here for C.J. Stroud. Devin Lloyd is lined up right over the ball here. And what we're going to get is, again, just violent at the point of attack. Has great instincts, immediately engages with 60, sheds him really quickly. Chubb now has to handle with Josh Hines-Allen, who is unblocked as a part of the fake. Lloyd does a great job, hops over him, and gets a QB hit there on Stroud, affects the throw. It's an open receiver in the NFL, but just can't comfortably make that throw, and pushes it to 3rd and 4. This was on 2nd and 4. So, again, directly impacting the pass game from depth as a pass rusher, as well as obviously in pass coverage as well, as we'll get to here just at the very end. Last pass rush rep I want to showcase. This is just really crafty stuff. You're going to have Lloyd here lined up, head up over the center, at depth, and he's going to be running a stunt here actually with Josh Hines-Allen. So as we let this run, what I find really great about this rep, kind of tips his hand a little bit early, but not too early. And what's great here is if you pause it along the way, it looks like he's going head up right at Woody Marks, and at the very last second, he's going to deviate, clips the tackle here to set up the twist with Josh Hines-Allen, and you get the miscommunication. Again, Marks is already kind of committed so hard on being able to block Devin Lloyd that it spills him free as a result. Tackle can't recover. Now he's not able to secure the sack. I can't believe he doesn't get an assisted sack for this, but again, this is just really, really crafty veteran stuff here from Devin Lloyd. Really delays the clip on this twist there, gets inside, gets the pressure on C.J. Stroud. And again, I've been saying it this entire time, trying to keep teams behind the sticks. This was on 2nd and 10, a 12-yard sack, sets up 3rd and 22. That's an absolute drive killer, and that is completely set up by Devin Lloyd. But as I mentioned earlier in the video, what's been most impressive so far is the 4 interceptions that he has within the first 5 games of the season. I mean, 4 interceptions in a season, a full 17-game season for a linebacker can be impressive. And so to do this in the first 5 weeks of the season is unbelievable. Here we have the first one of the season for him against Cincinnati. And this is against Jake Browning late in the game in the 4th quarter. You're going to get corner route here from the outside receiver, small in route here, and you're going to get 2 simultaneous kind of digs coming in from both receivers here towards the bottom of the screen. Devin Lloyd is going to be here at the linebacker spot. Just want to really showcase the route concept. It's kind of hard to see, I think, the brilliance of this coverage from the sideline cam, but just want to give you an idea of the route concept here. So I'll flip over to the end zone copy and get closer to the play. Now, once the ball is snapped, see he takes a second, kind of buzzes to his zone, eyes on Browning, eyes on Browning. He knows, he kind of feels it, reads it, sees it, jumps it. Simple, easy, just good feel, reads the eyes well, jumps in front of what was already kind of a tight window throw for Browning to try to make, but is able to get in front of that ball. You know, decent run after catch too, or a little, little evasion, little stiff arm. Thought he didn't go down, almost was a touchdown. So again, just a great rep there from Devin Lloyd. Now, I would have said this next play would have been his most impressive interception of the season, but we all know I'm saving that 99-yard pick 6 for last. But this is super, super impressive stuff in coverage. We're getting kind of an iteration of post wheel here with the 49ers and Brock Purdy. So we'll see they send the tight end in motion, returns back, and upon the snap of the ball, you're going to see here, you're going to get kind of a deep post here by the outside receiver. This tight end is going to kind of run a wheel route. You're going to kind of get come back here on the backside as well. And Devin Lloyd just does a great job of, again, really feeling everything out. I just want to highlight that's where Devin Lloyd is going to start this play out in coverage. But again, it's really hard to see what makes this rep so good from the sideline copy. So flipping over to the end zone copy, you'll really see kind of how he's reading it all out. Kind of moves over with the motion upon the snap of the ball. Holds for the play fake, starts to get his depth. Eyes are on Purdy. Now, if you watch really closely, you'll see him peek it. Head turns slightly there, head turns there, sees the post coming, comes back, looks at Purdy. Now he sees the throw is coming. Now he's anticipating, he's licking his chops. He knows he can drive on this ball, utilize his speed. This is a pretty wide gap. This is a very makeable pass. Purdy loves these anticipation throws into tight windows, but not with a guy as fast and as athletic as Devin Lloyd, who can break on a pass like this, gets in front of it, jumps it, and again, just great feel right now in zone coverage. The eye placement, you can just see it as I run it back one more time. Again, gets to his depth, quickly peeks what the routes are, sees the in-breaking post, and immediately is ready, gets in a spot, jumps the route. Great play by Devin Lloyd, but as I said, we're getting to the 99-yard pick 6 to cap this film breakdown off. And here it is. If Trevor Lawrence did not have the double stumble, greatest 1-yard touchdown run, this would have certainly been the play of the game against the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. Again, I'm going to go to the wide copy just to give you guys an idea of what the route combination is here, specifically on this play side, bunch side. So you're kind of getting an iteration of wide trail. Main 2 routes here, you're going to have Kelsey kind of come out like he's going to a flat and return in. And then you're going to have Juju, who is this outside receiver on the bunch, go in and kind of settle here right in front of Patrick Mahomes. You're kind of reading out the spacing here, 1 to 2 between the two of them. Devin Lloyd is actually lined up here inside this cluster of people. So going to go inside to the end zone copy just to be able to, again, showcase how good this rep is from Devin Lloyd. Lined up here, front side A gap. Get closer to the play itself. On the snap of the ball, again, this is tough, short yardage situation. You're at 2nd and goal from the 3. O-line's trying to figure out who's coming, who's going. Devin Lloyd looks like he's blitzing in the play side gap on the snap of the ball. Immediately shows blitz, takes those first 2-3 steps, and bails. It happens so fast in real time. I mean, it's really hard for a quarterback to decipher I'll run it again. See, first couple steps, bails out, gets into coverage, immediately gets into that passing window where he's looking to quickly fit it into Juju, jumps it, gets in front of it, and, I mean, we're just going to let it run. This is 99 yards. Mahomes hits the deck, stiff arm on Kareem Hunt, and he is rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. Josh Allen's with a block. Ball security doesn't get it punched out. 99-yard pick six. Hype with the fans there in Duval County. This guy is playing out of his mind so far to start the season. The Jaguars are playing fantastic, 4-1, and I still would say that their offense has not fully played up to their expectations. AFC South is really shaping up to be a very interesting division, not something I thought anybody was really expecting, or at least most people were expecting coming into the season. But them and the Colts are going to be a great game once we get to that here in the next couple of weeks. That's going to be it for this film breakdown. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to the channel, go into the description, hit the notification bell, subscribe to my Substack, Bash Football, where I'm going to be posting mock drafts, player breakdowns, weekly analysis, risers, fallers on college football and in the NFL power rankings. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, if you like this type of content, please consider subscribing to the newsletter, subscribing to the channel. It's all very appreciated, and I'm out.